This regular meeting for December 9th, 2025 will come to order. This is Morgantown Utility Board, and we'd like to welcome Jamie Miller, our city manager this evening. Thank you so much. All right, first item of business were the minutes. Everybody had a chance to read those, I'm sure. Any objections or corrections? Not, we have a motion.
I move to approve the minutes for the regular meeting November 11th, 2025 as submitted.
Okay. Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, do we have comments from the public? Any letters? Any phone calls? Anything we need to know? No?
No letters.
And Jamie, would you like?
I would just briefly make a recommendation. Jamie Miller, City Manager for the City of Morgantown. Thank you for having me here today. Just wanted to briefly make a recommendation. Certainly our City Council has set their calendar for the 2026 agenda cycle for the city. I think getting into the year early, there's always a good opportunity to talk about what regular updates could be looking like between the two agencies. I certainly understand there are projects, rate-setting type of discussions that come forward as needed to the city, but would like to discuss with Mr. McNulty setting forward a schedule, maybe quarterly, having representatives from the board come to the city to brief on actions of the board or any updates from the board. So would like to work together to set those dates out for the rest of the year.
Okay. Now, let me understand. You're asking for representatives from the MUB board to meet quarterly with the city council.
Or
vice
Mr. McNulty and the chair, or just to come to make a presentation at a council meeting of any updates from the board.
Okay, we can schedule that. I don't think that'll be a problem at all. Thank
And
you.
I assume our city council representative occasionally, if something seems to be breaking, is also communicating that directly to the city council.
I really don't see that as my responsibility as a city council member of the board. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they can
and-
augment, certainly. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I communicate things that come up, but I don't see it as my responsibility to keep city council informed of activities of the Morgantown Utility Board. No.
Okay. I guess we have assumed that was part of the responsibility
But
of the
they,
city of the city representative.
I think it's just defined by ordinance.
So
Well, I'd say, given the request, that seems like something that'd be easy for us
yes,
to do and make sure that we don't have any assumptions going forward.
that's right. Okay, not a problem. I'm glad to have these meetings for discussion. Thank you. So we'll commit to that. We'll just have to put our schedule together. Okay. We'll coordinate with you.
Jamie, would it be possible to request that would be early on the agenda for those times?
Yes, generally our correspondence section is right at the beginning of the meeting.
Thank you.
All right. New business, employee holiday bonus.
Yes, I'm again requesting a $300 net of deduction holiday bonus for every full-time employee in MUB. Over this past year, our team members have really demonstrated their commitment to our community, and they've done an excellent job in keeping the system up and running, and future plans, and we're very proud of the work that they've done.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
Yeah, I'd love to motion provide each full-time employee a holiday bonus of $300 net of all deductions,
Okay.
and thank them for their hard work. throughout this
Absolutely.
year.
Absolutely.
I second.
All right. So, motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion
Thank you.
carries. All right. Corporate resolution with United Bank.
Jeff, you want to?
It's just something that banks request periodically, just to update who's authorized to have correspondence with the banks, and this one is from United.
And this is almost always after we've started the new year or have changes in our.
All the banks are a little bit different. If you remember, we got one a couple months ago.
That's true.
So
That's true.
kind of all over the place.
Everybody just wants an update. They want it absolutely current, so that's good. All right. May I have a motion?
A motion to approve the corporate resolution of the United Bank.
All right. All in favor, or do I second?
Second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion carries. Artisan Acres Development.
Yes, so this is a new project. The work includes construction of 1,057 feet of 8-inch PVC gravity line, 13 manholes, 190 feet of 16-inch steel casing. This will be for an open cut method and all related appurtenances. The lowest qualified bidder was Core Excavating in the amount of $207,213. Its staff recommendation, the board accepts their bid.
Okay.
I have a question. Where is Artisan Acres Development? We're getting so many of these developments coming through.
Don't know where they go.
It'd be nice. I tell you, it'd be nice to have a map or a list of where they're located because we keep proving different things. But Artisan Acres, where's it located?
It's on right off of Greenback Road. So if you go past Morgantown Grain Mining, John Pool Road's on your left. It's John Pool Road.
Oh,
Is
okay.
this the one that goes up to the top? Okay.
Okay. I got it.
Okay. All right. That's between there and Saberton.
I'm just glad we had 5 bids and all of them remain qualified.
That's true. All right. Do I have a motion?
Just one more quote. This is developers paying for this, right? Okay. Thanks.
I move to accept the bid from Core Excavation LLC in the amount of $207,213 for the construction of the Artisan Acre Development Sanitary Sewer Project.
Okay. And a second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Van Wars Sanitary Sewer Project.
Yes, so we've talked about this project on and off. The HOAs, Baker Ridge Manor HOA, Brett Wald, the original Brett Wald HOA, and Great Cliff Development have all signed agreements with MUB to move this sanitary sewer project forward. So Thrasher, you'll recall we had an agreement with Thrasher Engineering. They provided the work on the preliminary engineering report and evaluated the stormwater and sanitary sewer systems. And so they're now ready, that we have these agreements in place. They're ready to move forward with design. And so this addendum will take care of full design, permitting, bidding, and construction services.
Okay. Any discussion?
Is MUB operating this? Is this currently in MUB's footprint?
No, we are not operating it now. They each have package treatment plants, and so there's issues with those plants, and they want to go on to become part of MUB's sanitary sewer. And so this would be for the design to connect to our sewer system.
Yeah.
And the sewage would be treated at Star City.
Okay. And I mean, just like the last one, I mean, and to Tom's point, these things keep coming up, and the territory keeps expanding. And is there a plan or a roadmap? I mean, back to the question of, is Mark keeping the council informed? I mean, I've had very little opportunity. I don't know. I can't keep the council informed of this stuff. You know, if I don't have a roadmap, I don't have a plan. I don't know about these things.
No, we don't have one either.
So they're currently served by MUB water. They're water
just
customers
sanitary
now,
sewer.
but the sanitary sewer, they have their HOA. And so this project, and pardon me for not having a map this evening, but we can certainly provide that. The preliminary engineering report shows how we would propose to build a new lift station and pump that water or pump that sanitary sewer back to connect into the MUB system.
Yeah, to that end, I mean, I think it would be beneficial for us to talk about, maybe discuss at some point some process by which we can get a little bit ahead of these things and have a little bit of lead time so that I can keep the city better informed. And certainly the suggestion that Jamie made, I think, will go a long way towards facilitating that.
We have been talking about this project for a long time, and we talk about it in the board meetings and in our project updates that we provide to the city. So, but still, I agree with you. We can do whatever type of communication is needed to make sure you guys are on board. But this PER process started probably a year ago, and we've talked about this project in the board meetings for a long time.
Yeah,
So I don't think it's a new project.
Yeah,
at all,
yeah.
But
That's fine. And I've been here since July, so pardon me if I'm not completely up to speed yet.
I might make a couple comments. First of all, question: this is construction services. It's not they're not going to be. There'll be a separate bid of the construction itself, or they're providing the construction services.
These would be
with the winning bid.
This will be engineering services that are provided during construction. So this would be they would do the bidding. They would put out for the bids.
Right.
They'll evaluate the bids, and then they will provide representative throughout the construction, provided that the bids come in and everybody's on board with moving forward, because this will be their responsibility to pay. I mean, MUB has an obligation per the PSC rules, but the remainder of that will be their obligation.
And by there, you mean the people who are getting sanitary
Service.
sewage to their house.
Yes, this will be their obligation to absorb the debt service.
And two other points I might make is after every MUB meeting, when we have the approval of the minutes are actually posted on the MUB website. But we've also had a representative from the press, both radio and newspaper, which always record the results of every MUB meeting, sometimes in quite detail. So there are alternative ways of communicating that information to people in a broader sense than having a specific requirement for Mark to make a public pronouncement to the city council. I think you'll see that plenty of information. We're an open and transparent organization.
I guess for clarification, and I'll ask you this, Jamie. We're at this point now, after we've had this considered by this company, to accepting for them to go forward with design, permitting, bidding, etc. And we did communicate that we've had the discussions in here. At what point do we need to inform you?
And I think we can sit down and kind of hash out what those details are and at what level what projects need to maybe come forward in a formal process versus certainly just open communication. And I think that there's different levels that we can look at. I would say extension of the service. Certainly, I think there would be some upfront communication, but I don't profess that the intent is for every project to have to come and be formally presented to the city council. Certainly, I'm not here to speak on behalf of them, but I just can't imagine that's the vision as well. Just continue to have some open communication and maybe working together to find what items better should be defined as things that should come to council before action versus after action. So we can certainly work to define that for you all.
I know we worked really hard for about the last 3 years to make sure we didn't leave city council in the dark about anything we were doing by giving you all the material that we get and all of our board notes, our agendas. And we've been very pleased with that and gotten good feedback. So I didn't want anything to fall between the cracks. Or things have changed because you're new and Mark's new and those expectations are there. So I guess clarifying those on your parts will be very helpful. So appreciate that.
And I might add that in the absence of any countywide planning and zoning, we're sort of at, in one sense, the mercy of developers who come to us with plans. And oftentimes we can't anticipate what those plans are until they show up at our front door. Sometimes even before the front door.
So going back to what's on the table currently, above it mentions in your description the IJDC. Do they have funding in this, or is this just a process that we went through them? How does this 1.5 plus work?
So yes, there will be funding available through the council. There'll be funding available, I believe, through the SRF program.
Yes, when you say the council, IJDC,
Yes,
that council.
Yes,
Yeah.
Infrastructure Council, and through the SRF program, we authorize Thrasher to submit an application for a grant with the United States Army Corps of Engineers. So, there'll be a mix of funding here at some point. But I think we're a good ways of knowing exactly until we see what this final design and costs. I mean, there are preliminary cost estimates that exist from the DER, but once you start the final design is when they'll hone that.
Right, and so then also we're talking about that those being served will get the debt service.
Yes.
We're talking about how many houses are on this,
There's 375.
Okay, so 375 houses. Right now we're at 1.6 million, nearest enough. Construction is probably going to be 10 times that.
The estimate we have is 16.6.
All right, so and so so there would be a surcharge on those folks' sewer bills until such time, which is probably 15 to 30 years to pay off this. It's not something that is coming out of the general fund of the city, not coming off the current ratepayers of the MUB as a whole. It's 360 some folks that would be paying for that.
Right.
All right. Further discussion. All right, do I have a motion?
I move to accept the amendment from the Thresher Group to add additional services for preliminary design, final design, bidding and negotiation, post-construction phase, resident project representative, and additional services in the amount of $1,595,000.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All right, motion carries. All right, under old business.
No.
Change
We
order.
have to change it.
Not appearing on the agenda.
It's
Not
under
federal
our business.
Oh.
No, these are new business
Oh, okay.
items. So under the office expansion and renovation and shop garage, so Omni Associates is continuing to progress with the final design of the office expansion and the garage, but we're still working through the HVAC with Omni and their sub tower engineering of which direction we need to move forward with as far as revitalizing our existing system or replacing it completely with an electric system. And so that although we have the cost for the units, we do not have the cost for operation. And we're still waiting for that information to come. And we're also waiting for the finalization of the generator that we've requested to be as part of this project. So those are the two items that are still outstanding for us to know what we believe our final cost will be. Because we didn't want to move into a gas unit or an electric unit until we know what those annual costs are going to be.
Very good. Valley View.
So the Valley View, we left it with some punch list items and pavement corrections to be completed. Unfortunately, Old Man Winter has showed up already. So our belief is that we may not finish those punch list items until the spring, unless we have a warm up, which doesn't look too promising at the moment
right now.
So, but the main thing is that the project is completed. The stormwater project is completed, and all the important things have been finished.
Okay. Evansdale, another one of our exciting projects.
Yes, it is. It's another wonderful project where we're doing the lining of and point repairs of our sanitary sewer system and our stormwater sewer system. So Insight Pipe, they are on site. and they have been TVing. They've been making repairs. I think that they're probably going to get done early in 26, as from the way it looks now. Rich, if you have anything to add, please.
No, that's right now they're scheduled to be complete with all the point repairs that are needed the first week of January. So that's why they're ending. That's the schedule right now.
And that's gone pretty well. I mean, there haven't been any major glitches or anything.
Yes, and they are doing restoration of whether it's concrete or asphalt or whatever it is, street restoration as they go. So they're not waiting until the end. They're fixing that as they get done with the point repair. They're doing the restoration then before they move on to the next.
Especially with being done beginning of January, probably wise to lay asphalt and concrete while it's still at least sometimes in the 40s.
All right. Okay, the mega issue, Cheat Lake.
Yeah, so Cheat Lake, it's progressing well, I believe. Piping is being installed throughout the site. Live stakes have been planted all along the new Kelly Run, so that's exciting to see that will really take off this spring. Formwork, reinforcement, installation, concrete placements continue at the Headworks building, oxidation ditch number 3, final clarifier number 3, and the ultraviolet disinfection building. So we're seeing a lot of work there. Mealy and Mealy, they have requested a change order, and this has been developed with Strand Engineering of $464,140.23 to address several small issues and increase the rock excavation work. And again, staff has been working close with Strand on this request, and Rich can speak in more detail.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in the change order. A lot of items. Most of them are very small changes, up and down. The two big ones are associated with the rock excavation, like Mike talked about, and they are. We had more rock in there than what we had allowed for, what was allowed for in the bid documents, and so instead of having a change order every month, what they tried to do was project based on what they're finding in the field now, project to the end of the project, increase those allowances. So that's why there's such a big increase. It's not that we're going to pay that right now. It's just to increase those allowances, and hopefully we won't use that much. But that's the thought behind it, is just to prevent us from having to do a change order every month. All the long sides.
It's effectively sealing, sets the ceiling so that you can go up to it if you encounter the rock.
Yes, if you do encounter it.
Okay. Any questions?
I have a question on a couple of the deletions in the change order. There's the resident project representative cell phone requirement. So that there was a person assigned to work with neighbors. Is that what that was? And
I think it had it. So we have a resident project representative from Strand who's there full time, and it had to do with their trailer, and there was some cell phone requirements that they didn't actually end up needing.
Okay.
And so I don't know if it was. I don't know exactly the reason behind that.
But they have a phone. They're good. They can
Right.
be reached. Great. And then the deletion of the concrete testing from the contractor's scope of work. I'm guessing there's still some sort of inspection going on the concrete.
Yes, absolutely. So it was just kind of a correction of the bid documents. One place it had it being the responsibility of the owner. One place had being the responsibility of the contractor. So we made a decision to make it all. We had an allowance in there anyway, so we made a decision to have that all be owner's responsibility. Okay. So that's what that deduction was from their contract.
Great. That's rather us be in charge of the inspection than
Me too.
people doing the work.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So we need a motion.
I move to approve change order number 2 in the amount of $464,140.23 with Mealy and Sons Incorporated for the Cheat Lake WWTV.
All right. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor of the recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Motion carries. Westridge, Chaplain Hill, big project.
Yes, so we're going to talk about the Monongahela River directional drill water line project first. So the contractor was making some really great progress, as I reported in the last meeting, and then he encountered a problem. Clevis broke as he was pulling the line through, and that ended up requiring him to pull the entire line back out of the hole that had been drilled. And they have now, we've gotten approval from the railroad to have a larger ream of 36 inches, which we did not have before. This is new. So he's acquired the drilling head that he needed. He actually ended up flying out to Illinois and picking it up, some of the parts himself to get that rolling. So I think they were supposedly they were going to get started back reaming today. But I did not hear if that was the actual case, if they got started today or not. So we're getting back, the contractor's getting back in business. So our staff has met with the contractor. This was not available at the time that we put out the read ahead for everyone. But we do have a change order request that we have reviewed and have had quite the discussion with the contractor about our project manager, Corey Jones, and Dave Bragg have met with him. And we've got a request for a change order of $140,840, and this would be for a share of rental for structure that he is renting. This is he is also absorbing part of this price as well, and this cost would be shared by each of the partners, including again the contractor. So the whole 140 would not be on MUB only; it would be on the county commission as well as Westridge Properties would share in that cost as well. And it is our recommendation that the board accept change order number 5.
Okay. Any further discussion?
Have we spoken with our partners at Westridge and the commission about this?
Richard, Jeff has communicated.
We have advised everybody.
And
There's no objection.
Okay. May I have a motion?
I move to approve change order number 5 in the amount of $140,840 for Snyder and Son LLC for the Monongahela River directional drill water line project.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's all. I like the way we're spreading this out, but has there been any conversation with Snyder and Son about errors and omission insurance? Like, if this is a 2-month expansion of rental on this, or something that they've tried to drill a couple times and put through, at what point do we hit that threshold where errors and omissions need to come into play?
I actually had the same question.
That's where my email was going to. But what was in a differing, or and what ultimately caused? I mean, they do this for a living. They bid to drill 30-inch hole with a full pipe through it. Did they ever determine what prevented that from working?
Well, there was what caused the failure of the device. I don't know that there was ever any really much exploration as to why it failed. It just, once it failed, that was it. There was no way of reconnecting that in any way. The pipe had to be pulled back out and start from scratch again. From that aspect again, start from scratch or pulling the pipe. We were not authorized to authorize a 36-inch ream in the beginning, and then the railroad finally agreed, okay, we will let you do that. And so he has made the investment in the larger head and in the equipment. It's just in the sharing of the shoring that we're participating in, recommending we participate in.
And that shoring wasn't out so initially because it was a requirement that Norfolk, and that's how Norfolk put on us after the bid about being deeper.
Yes.
And
Got that. Appreciated that.
And so we allowed them, we required them to dig a much deeper drill bit, which required shoring and ventilation. And he rents those every month. So that's really what the request is. Just as an extension of that out, but certainly understand where you guys are.
And that was probably your first week on the job, Mark, is when we had the special meeting to approve that change order.
But I do want to say that Snyder, they're not only the drill head, but the timing, all the drill effort, 2 machines that they rented to cool the pipe, all of that is Snyder's responsibility. It's not part of this change order. So this is just really a rental of that.
Okay, so all that stuff happened, and we need to have the shoring and that stuff.
Right.
Okay.
And also, just so everyone understands, he's still we're still in the project budget. We're not asking for a change order outside of our budget.
Okay. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Those opposed? All right, motion carries. Next, we have
So the next contract, on the water system upgrade, I think the final punch list items are just about done. I don't know if the new door for the station came in yet. I don't think so. Our guys have been doing a little bit of work out there, and I think they're about to wrap up as well from the capping off some lines from the old booster station.
okay. Next,
Okay, on the sewer system upgrade, I think they're just doing still some punch list items, and I think we're getting very close to getting it all completed and closed out. So everything's going well.
okay. A lot of activity up there. Morgan's Run.
Okay, so on Morgan's Run, we have received the health department permit. So that's a nice big step. We are on the West Virginia Infrastructure and Jobs Development Council agenda for tomorrow's meeting. This is for the funding commitment for the project. Rich and I will be attending that meeting to answer any questions the council may have. And so we will be there in the morning.
And it's in Charleston, right?
It is in Charleston, yes.
Okay.
So we're going to leave early and get down there. And,
Hopefully no snow.
right, I think they have the roads pretty clear now. And we are already working and moving forward with other permits.
Good. All right, Whispering Oak Development.
So the project is substantially completed. I think that the contractor is able to start testing the remaining sections of the sanitary sewer main now. So I think this will start in the next week or so. And we've also provided closeout documents to the contractor.
That's the one out on the old Cheap Road, right? And I think they already have a model home that they've already put up out there.
They're working on it, yes.
Okay. General Manager's Report.
Okay, so this is I thought we're looking at our calendars for 2026, and so we realized that how the holidays are going to fall for Christmas next year, and so our holidays for Christmas is Christmas Day and the day after. So what we would like the board to concur with is that we would modify our holiday schedule next year to have Thursday the 24th off and Christmas Day, and then we would be back in the office the following Monday.
My only question or concern on that is you said typically Christmas Eve when
Well, I did not put that in here, but that I would request that we would have our holiday luncheon.
I think that'd be a great plan. Do we need a vote on that, or just attaboy?
I think just concurrence that
Yeah,
we
great.
understand.
Attaboy.
Attaboy.
Okay. 4 degrees.
So, next project, Coben Creek Interceptor Phase 2. This will be the line underneath I think we're up still on the Don Knotts Boulevard at that location. Yes. And so we have 2 of the 3 rights of way that we need, and we're getting ready to have a meeting with E.L. Robinson Engineering to get the project bid out. So we're looking forward to get that project moving. And Deckers Creek Interceptor repair. Anderson is continuing to work on the slope. The tow key has been installed. The sanitary sewer line is in operation. It really looks good. We got to see a video of a flyover today. Rich, you want to say a few words about it?
Yeah, I don't know if I can add a whole lot more, but the aqua barriers that were in there attracting water, the side we're working on, obviously all that has been removed. There's no pump around, which is great. So the interceptor is working as it was before the repair. Yeah, I think it looks great. The slope's starting to go back up now, and they've put a storm drain in to take care of some of the surface water from that pad up there, at least temporarily, until something is going up there too. So I think it's all good. Thankfully, we've started to make some progress now.
How long has it been?
Since April. Was it April, May?
I can't remember.
June? It's been a long time.
Too long.
I was trying to think of when we started working on that trail down there, and I seriously, I think it was Mayish, maybe early June.
Wow. These are things that happen that no one can predict.
It was hard. It was a challenging site, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
To get
Yes.
down there just to be able to fix that.
In the water, in the creek. Okay, good. Glad to know that. All right, board member issues and discussions. Okay, it's up to board members at this point. Got something to say?
No.
Nothing? No questions to ask?
No.
Nothing. Well, all right then. I just want to wish everybody a great holiday season. Be safe. Hopefully, if it snows, you can ski or skate or not fall down. So, that's my 2 cents worth. Now, may we have a motion to go into executive session to discuss West Ridge, Chaplain Hill, long-term control plan, and proposed water system projects at office and shop garage.
Move to convene an executive session of the Board of Directors under provision of West Virginia Code Sections 6-9A-4B and 9 and 12 to